Hello Gemini, and welcome to Looking Glass Letterbox. This is a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for February of 2019. And we're going to go ahead and get started with the center cards. The center position is the space you're currently operating within, so the energies you're currently working with or circumstances that you're starting the month out with, or things to consider as you carry out throughout the month. Okay, so working with the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Animal Spirit Tarot from the Wild Unknown. Okay, so you have the Buffalo and the Devil. So with the Devil card, sometimes that's Capricorn energy. It's a core of Capricorn, so you may be having involved with a Capricorn right now. Or it's also those things that we hold ourselves bound to, you know, the bad habits or the prohibitive habits or the addictions or the negative thought patterns or the behaviors that keep us trapped in a cycle or in a behavior pattern that makes us unhappy or is unfulfilling or doesn't allow for progress or advancement. So when this card comes up, sometimes it's, you know, consider those things, this card, consider those things that you're attached to that you don't need to be. Those things that kind of drag you down and make you feel heavy and keep your feet immobile or your trajectory at a standstill, you know, or limited because of the difficulty in changing those behaviors or changing your opinions or not quite yet being ready to say, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this instead. If it's the Capricorn energy that you're dealing with here, this could also indicate that you need to approach things in a very direct, face forward, eyes wide open, plain speaking manner. Okay, and then Buffalo energy is it's an earth energy. It's grounded. Capricorn energy is an earth energy. It's very grounded as well. And the Buffalo is grounded yet heavenly, practical yet spiritual. So it's the duality of earth energy and spiritual energy. Okay, when this is in balance, it's trusting and is pure and present. When it's out of balance, it's restless and lacks gratitude. So to bring it into balance, prayer or gratitude or focusing on those things that you would like to manifest in a positive contemplation, not focusing on what you don't have and what you can't do, but focusing on what you do have and what you are able to do. So with the Buffalo, it sees challenge, hardship, or a bump in the road as an opportunity for upliftment. Okay, therefore, this doesn't encompass the fear of, there's no fear of death or illness or misfortune. It's a gentle energy, a gentle progression and advancement and acceptance of the challenges to meet on the road ahead and persisting through and trusting every step is going to bring you further along the road. Okay, so with the Buffalo energy and the Devil energy here in tandem, it looks like you are trying to break some habits or break some patterns or break some behaviors that have maybe made you feel held down or held back. Because you're ready to proceed and you're ready to carry forward on plans that you've made in a hopeful and a trusting and a steady and reasonable way. Okay, so that's where you're starting out the month at. And these two cards, these are what is crossing you. Okay, so these are the energies that are coming up that you're going to be working with and learning from and meeting and considering as you go throughout February. Okay, you have the Three of Pentacles, beautiful card. And this is about teamwork. It's about collaboration. It's about establishing a practical foundation in order to scale this mountain. So you've got a big plan, a big project, a big ambition, or a significant change of your in some aspect of your life that you want to embark upon. And this month it's getting your crew lined up, getting your resources lined up, getting ideas about how to carry it forward, and really formulating a solid plan of practical action and resources and assistance to get you along your way. And then with the black egg, you have, the black egg is about your authentic voice and truth and where is it? Speaking from a place of honesty and being clear and where is it? Being clear and confident and sure in taking this higher road with the buffalo. So breaking bad habits and like even habits like gossip or repeating stories that sort of keep your energy low, keep your energy negative, that keep you tied down to a low energy field of activity, and stopping that. And when you're speaking and when you're communicating, threes are also about communication. When you're doing that, doing it at a high frequency of communication. So positive, honest, clear, and confident in reaching for a higher frequency of activity and energy. Okay, so authentic voice and truth, while building a foundation and a team around you to carry forward through February. Okay, these two cards here are about energies that are passing out of influence. So these are energies and circumstances that were active in January and maybe the end of December. Okay, so you have the Nine of Swords and the Cosmic Egg. All right, so Nine of Swords looks like a scary card. I kind of don't mind this card so much because it is about sort of your swords are about thoughts, communications, memories, perception, and perspective. So, and all sort of, piling up and amping up to a level that it's causing you sometimes physical pain and sleepless nights. It's also called the dark night of the soul. But the thing about this card, it is all your perspective and your perception and your intellectual assessment of things in your head, of your thoughts. You can change these and release these and disregard these and deal with these whenever you so choose. Okay, this is the sort of like the pinnacle of your ability to contain all of these negative and hurtful thoughts. You've reached your breaking point, and there's so many in there that now in January and coming into February, you've had to deal with some of those things, okay, just because you couldn't contain anymore. Some pressure had to be released in some respect, and so you've had to deal with some of these already. And seeing here, moving in with the Capricorn energy, this is a direct energy, and it's also about dealing with the ties ties and weights that keep us held back and keep us held down. So you've done this, you've had this dark night of the soul. You've assessed these thoughts. You've looked at them, you've dealt with some of them, and with the devil and the buffalo here working in tandem, you've moved into the space where you are dealing with them and sorting those things out and adjusting and changing things that need to be changed and releasing things that no longer serve you. Okay, and then with the cosmic egg energy, this is another spiritual energy card. So you have got a lot of, because this is earth energy, spirit energy, earth energy, but this is very, the buffalo is very spiritual energy. This is air energy and spirit energy. So you've got a lot of earth and spirit happening in your reading for this month, Gemini. So some major shifts for you that you're putting into action for February. Cosmic Egg is about completion and harmony and the infinite within the finite. So it's the final card in the journey of the animal spirit deck. It represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. So again, you know, your thoughts and your perceptions and things that have been nagging at you and bothering you and causing you pain, all of this negativity and hurt and low frequency energy here in the Nine of Swords, it got to that point where you had to deal with it and you had to resolve some of it. So the cosmic egg emerges after we've tread the path for quite some time and through self-effort and grace experience self-realization. So when we're in a state where we feel like we'll never get to where we want to go, or that we're all alone and nobody is there on our side and helping us out, or you're disconnected from your community or your family, or even if you're not physically disconnected with them, you're around them all the time, you can feel completely alone in a room full of people that you've known for years, just because you feel out of sync, disconnected, you feel away from them, or like you're under glass and you can't find any sort of line of sight to interact or respond or relate to people around you or situations around you. So when this card comes up, there's a momentary flash of interconnectedness that stays with you, that will help you to carry forward and reinvest you and reconnect you with those systems and those communities and those things in your life that make you feel worthwhile and present and at home again. Okay, so you've had the dark night of the soul, and you've had a flash of realization, and you've sort of reconciled some things and reconnected, and you're in the process of continuing to do that to move you forward further. Okay, and then these two cards are the energies that are coming into play. So this is approaching energies and approaching things to consider in February. So the Three of Swords and the Turtle. Okay, so going from the Nine of Swords to the Three of Swords, this is recovery. All right, the cosmic egg energy has happened. You've had the Nine of Swords moment. You're currently dealing with those things and are in a space where you're assessing those things and how you want to proceed, and you're healing and recovering from that turmoil or from that grief, or healing all of those old wounds and old concerns and things from the past that have kept you pinned down for too long. Okay, and then again, you have another three here. So threes are about communication, but they're also about building. It's the first step from taking something from the imaginary and bringing it into reality. Okay, so this is healing and creating a foundation for building intellectually and perceptively, and in your view of things and your assessment of things from the past moving into the future. And this is practical endeavors, earth energy, building foundations and collaborations and teamwork in order to actively move forward as well. Okay, so conceptually and emotionally and intellectually and realistically and practically and materially building forward toward the future. Okay, so now we have turtle energy, which is water energy. So that has some emotional connotations to it because it's water. And the turtle is an ancient soul, grounded, trusting, and at home in the self. So when turtle energy is in balance, it's peaceful, adventurous, and productive. When it's out of balance, it slows down to a halt. To bring it into balance, and adventure. So a turtle energy or turtle personality is wonderful. It has a strong relationship with earth and water elements simultaneously. It helps to ground and connect to deeper truths and deeper resonance in life and in relationships and in the world, regardless of where they go. It's turtle energy is behind all great writers and storytellers as they collect life experiences under their shells. The most potent turtle energy helps us close all other books and begin to tell our own true tale. All right, so this is shutting down recognizing and shutting down old story and the same old lines, the same old tales, the same old things that keep us inhibited and keep us static and locked into like the cubicle of static energy. We're alive in the world and we're doing things, but are we alive and living our life? Are we doing things that have meaning and purpose and resonance that are important to our existence? Or are we just looking busy and breathing in and out? What state are we in? So with this, it looks like you are making some big shifts in your perceptions and in your direction, and you're mapping out a new blueprint to bring you into a higher level of frequency, a higher level of vibration, and a state of feeling resonance in your own existence. Okay, and that is remarkable and wonderful and fantastic, Gemini. I am really excited to see how the rest of the year is going to unfold for you, because this is wonderful. This is going from the stories you've collected that have been written for you, and you've chosen to, maybe not even chosen to, you've just believed for so long, and actively changing that story and writing your own stories to carry you into the future. Deciding on your own path and bringing along people and purpose that are significant to you to help you along the way, and so that you can help them along the way as well. All right, so we're going to do a 3-card pick for you, Gemini. And these are whatever you want. However these cards resonate for you, you take them and consider them and use them as you need to, as long as you use them in a positive way. Nothing here is meant to be criticize you to the point of not developing and carrying information or perception or an idea forward for the betterment of your experience. Okay, so if all three are resonant for you, great. If there's only one of them that is, fine. Ignore the other two. If you want to do past, present, future, wonderful. If you want to ask a question and pick a card before I turn them over for your answer, fantastic. However this applies for you is however you can use it. Okay, oh, and I wanted to say at the bottom of the deck for your Wild Unknown, it's the Seven of Wands. So Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. Here is sort of a duality of two sides of a coin. There's behavioral resistance versus intentional change, working in tandem with each other here. So if you're getting resistance from outside of yourself or criticism from outside of yourself after you've already gained some ground here, this is about taking command, standing your ground, standing on your own for your own defense, for your own improvement about what you are passionate about and what is significant for you to do in the future. So that's the foundation of the reading here, standing your ground. Now is a time, especially after New Year's and New Year's resolutions, where, you know, there's a little bit of a weakening around this time of year. It's after that first initial push and high energy intention, and where your old routines and old cycles sort of spring up in front of you and give you the option of falling back into old behavioral patterns. So you are probably being just tested by timing at the moment, but hold strong, stand firm. If you trip or stumble or fall, you know, just get back up and carry on with the intention to improve still. You know, you don't have to, you're not, if you stumble once, that doesn't mean you failed completely. You pick up and you carry on and you try again. Okay, so the first card for the 3-card pick is the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so this is about motion, activity, and this is efficient and routine oriented. So this is considering all of these. This could be setting up routines that are support your cause and support you in a way that it's hard not to follow through, because it is routine action that you're following through on. Okay, and it's practical endeavor, material endeavor. So home, work, money, health, family, all those things that you make New Year's resolutions about. This is about continuing to carry those forward. 3 of Cups, emotional, joyous connection. A lot of times this is about sisterhood or brotherhood. It's about you and your 2 best friends, or you and 2 people that are significant to you, or the group of people that are on your side and there to hear you out when you fail, when you succeed, whatever's going on. This is about taking the time to spend time with those people that really support you. And it's another 3 here. So you've got the 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, and 3 of Cups here, all working in your favor. And then the 3rd card is Temperance, transformation through patience, through contemplation, through the gentle transference of energy from one thing into the other, from balancing, reducing excess, but not to the point of complete elimination in some cases, balancing and tempering and being patient and waiting and getting through it until the tide turns, until it starts to improve. So, you know, doing that with kindness and gentleness towards yourself, and allowing those energies to transform. We want transformation to be instant. I mean, that is, you know, you make a wish and poof, it happens. That's what instant gratification is, very a human expectation or desire, but significant and meaningful and purposeful change or transformation or transition it's worth the time it takes to get there. It's necessary to have the space between to get there. All right, that is all I have for you today, Gemini. I hope you have the most wonderful February. And I did a reading earlier in the week, a weekly reading for all signs. That will be linked at the end of the video. You can check that out if you want to hear those messages. And I'm also going to be doing a special Valentine's Day reading that I will post on the 14th. So if you want to subscribe or click for notifications or come back to check that out, it will be available on Valentine's Day. That's all I have for you. Have a good month. Goodbye.